Just like this.
It was a guy from Buffalo Center. He decided he was going to outsmart that crooked row stuff. And he started in the center of the field with his planter, went out like that, and then just planted the corners.
Did it work?
And he thought it was really going to be great because back in the days when you cultivated instead of spraying everything. And he didn't allow for the turn swing on his mounted cultivator. And
Took out a lot of corn.
now, yeah, you had to give it up.
Process
There
there.
was a lot of weeds in there. I never did hear how it worked for when he combined it.
I bet it was pretty from up above.
Yeah,
They
it
must
kind
have
of
drawn
looked neat, I
that.
I
suppose.
saw that people combining corn at an angle, so down.
Thanks. I
Yep.
have some friends who use a draper this year.
Oh, really, because it was down so bad?
Mhm.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Yeah,
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes and agenda as presented.
I will second.
for motion Derby, second by Smith, to approve the minutes and agenda. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Yes, we can.
Could have had him up here for our conversation.
Yeah, no, yeah, we could get it early. Somebody must be getting radios worked on. There's a Motorola truck parked out there. There's a couple of he refuses to answer the phone.
And we table it.
Should call Becky,
Who's here?
or what is hers? All right.
Does Becky have a last day? Mid-December or something?
Yeah.
I think so.
It was sometime in December. All right. I can't see it here. Oh, there it is.
Just turn it a little.
Yeah, Becky, this is Supervisors. Is Scott floating around there? Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah, bye.
Drove to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, in that first icy snowstorm. Road 80 or 90. Bad. Slippery for about 60 miles.
Yeah, that's always fun.
We're on
Morning.
truck traffic probably.
Morning.
Mm-hmm. What do you know, Scott?
Not too much. I don't have too much to talk with you today about, but I will mention that we did make a round on Sunday on our blacktop routes. We got a little bit of snow that didn't want to blow off the roads. But our November's looking pretty good overall. So can't complain about that.
You talked to, about the bridge by Jim Brass's on 10th Avenue there.
Yes. Who called me on that?
Yeah, who told me about it?
Yep.
Dan Hasbrook told me it was Kiewitz were there going in to do some tiling.
I think Dan Hasbrook is the one that I talked to.
And maybe it was Dan that called you.
Yeah, there's a double box culvert just downstream of the bridge we just replaced, and when you have double or triple boxes, just one of the cells wants to fill in with silt. It's a problem, and in that case, it just needs to be addressed. That one's filled in over time, so we gotta go clean it out at some point. You kind of thought you'd like it done pretty soon, but we got all the equipment put away, so it'll be something we do in the spring probably. If we can get down in there decent, otherwise we'll have to wait till the water goes down, whenever that is.
Now,
You said it's just silt in the bottom.
Yeah, every time, it floods or whatever, the water wants to pick one of the cells, and whichever one it chooses to direct the flow through, the other one wants to fill up with silt.
I would think it would be the same one every time.
Probably.
The flow would, the direction it comes, the angle it hits and stuff would be the same amount. But, now that one there, I don't think I've ever seen that one back up. I mean, when it's a heavy rain event, I mean, I've seen it relatively full, but I don't think I've ever seen it out of its banks, unless there was some kind of a big old clump of ice or something.
Yeah, I mean, if it flooded or something, it might wash some of that out too. But rather not wait and see. So we'll get it cleaned out the best we can
Okay,
next year.
anything else for secondary roads?
I don't have anything.
Okay. We're ready for you.
So the snowplow drivers, do they kind of dread it, or do they kind of look forward to the action of it? What's the tone?
I think it'd be pretty optimistic to say they look forward to it,
Okay.
especially on a weekend.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
That's what
depends, if it was Monday morning, then it wouldn't be so bad.
Yeah, I think, when it's a sunny day and you got 6 inches of nice fluffy snow, there's some enjoyment about that. It's the fighting of the ice and not knowing what the wind's gonna do that makes it feel like you're not making any progress.
Yeah.
That's what wears you out.
I can see that.
I did have somebody ask me if we're gonna be selling any graders soon. I don't think we had that on
We have one to part with once we receive our next one.
when's that?
We're just kind of looking at specs for one to be in next year's budget.
So that's another year before you'll get rid of it.
I don't think the lead time on the graders is too bad. So ideally, we'd get it ordered somewhere around first of the year, or maybe as late as March, and have it in July, August, September, something like that. We haven't made a final decision on what one we want to part with, and I would think at this point the leading option would be to trade it, but if we have a buyer ready, that's always a good thing to have.
Maybe I can connect somebody with you.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, auditor's office will discuss drainage matters.
I don't have anything other than what's on the agenda.
Anything else? Okay, we'll
Well,
go.
I did, up there in the ditch on DD1 where the blowout was off of that, what is it, DD 37 or whatever it is. North of my dad's old business.
Oh, yeah, yep.
There's an excavator there. Been sitting
Oh,
there
that's
since
good.
last week. not doing
Okay,
nothing,
yeah.
that's what they're gonna start hauling or something.
Maybe, yeah, good,
Frozen enough to where they can get the truck out there probably now.
maybe, yeah. Lots of
Remind me
trucks.
Again, is that Lahar?
Yeah.
It is.
Good.
Okay, we'll move on to number 4 then. Discussion with possible action clean out of DD 5, Lat 5.
This is not our ditch,
Oh, I know,
so we can't make him clean it.
you can't force them to
No.
maintain.
We-
It's our outlet.
We determined that Lat 10 goes into the ditch, and that's part of the district. So it was decided back then that Lat 10 is all we had. And so that ditch serves our district in no way. Because the only water that goes into it is his. The rest of it, like from the east, would go into the Lat 10 that he replaced and made new.
Oh, that's right, you replaced
Yeah,
it.
yep.
All right,
Yeah, so when we have drainage and I'm not in here, you could ask me to come in, and I could tell you that. So.
So we can just ask him to clean it out.
oh,
Good.
it's his,
Yeah,
only,
you do whatever you
only
I
that.
remember Mike used to talk to him about it, he's like, yeah, I'll get to it or whatever, and not much happened ever. So, and we don't really have any teeth.
The only people that benefits is his land and the one across the road,
To the east.
so.
The south, okay, yep. Where it used to flood all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fix
Yeah.
that.
it did. I mean, it did do a lot, but you know, we went through that whole issue with, do we want to have the ditch? Do we not want to have the ditch? And it was decided by you guys to fix Lat 10. That's part of the district. He paid for that to get done, and the district paid for $45,000 of that repair.
Okay. Anything else for that?
Just for, I wasn't here on that one, so what was the total on that repair? If
I don't know
We did.
because we only made him pay for, we only made the district pay for $45,000. Landowners were not very happy because they had signed an agreement with Elliott that he was gonna take care of the ditch and they would have no fix. But that's not what we decided was best for the district. Had they repaired it years ago, they would have had a bill. And had he not dug the ditch, we would have repaired Lat 10 and they would have had a bill anyway. So at some point, they were gonna have a bill to fix it. And so we did that. And we felt at the time that $45,000 was a good cost. He paid for anything over and above that
And did the work.
and did the work. Mhm.
So a lot of it was just kind of in kind.
It was part of the district and it was in disrepair, so.
Right, and what happened was we hired an engineer to look at that Lat 10, and in the meantime, he dug a ditch
Oh,
and cut through part of the tile. So then it was a whole big,
We coordinated with the DOT, but
he did, I mean, he did it
didn't.
right,
coordinate.
he just didn't do it through the district, and that was not good.
But he meant well.
So,
No, nothing they can do right now.
yeah. I mean, if one of you wants to contact him and see if he'll clean it,
I don't think,
So
I was
who's-
more concerned about the trees at
who benefits the most, that person that's across the road that you are talking about? That
his land is right there on the north side of the ditch. It's all his land there. The water that comes from the north goes either to the ditch, the main ditch of 5, or it might come through that field to get to his little part, but most of it would go directly to the ditch. The farm that was on the east side of the gravel road used DD5, so it used Lat 5 to get there. He was hoping that we could just allow them to go right into that ditch, and that didn't happen.
That would have been an
But
improvement.
it did benefit the land to the south of the highway, because that used to be flooded out also because of it. So it did help, and we thanked him for that, but Lat 5 stayed.
Wasn't it gonna cause an improvement if we'd have done it?
No, we would have just annexed that ditch in as part of the district.
But it wouldn't have caused an improvement.
No,
Would've
no,
been
because you can
improvement.
annex, because he already built it. So, I mean, we would have, the part of the engineering was gonna be, he didn't do it correctly. He didn't slope it right. A lot of things needed to be changed if we were gonna take it in.
That's, all right.
So, does that make sense?
Yeah, thanks. I wasn't around.
You weren't
on
here
that
then,
one,
Mike
so.
was here. Yep.
Now, the tile that's there that we replaced is relatively close to the ditch because it actually cut it at one point. So are the trees there gonna be able to compromise that new tile? Are they close enough to it where you're thinking the trees are at?
It might be offset a little bit there.
Maybe. I
I
mean,
know at
it
one
would be
point,
some.
I remember at one point it was really close and then it was a fair
Well, the
distance.
the outlet would be part of DD five main ditch, so when we spray that,
That's what I was gonna say. if
that
we-
right of way would spray.
The spray will.
Yeah, I mean, that would get taken care of. Because I feel like that tile is actually more east of the ditch than not.
When it's not overgrown, can't you see that tile in there?
No, it's down in there. It's down in the ditch.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're driving on the highway, I never did see it. Even if,
I thought at one point it could.
Yeah.
It's like almost up on the bank, so it could plug the tile.
it could. And then we could make him, send a letter and make him.
Well, he doesn't want the tile plug either, because if we have to fix it, he'll be paying for part of it, so.
Yep.
It's to his advantage to get rid of the trees,
Mm-hmm.
so maybe we should, has he been contacted at all?
No, because it's
Guessing an
private.
hour's worth of work for him, a backhoe is gonna fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's private, I mean, we can send him a letter, but, yeah.
Just allowing trees within the vicinity of a tile.
Okay, then we'll move on to, or is somebody want to contact him, or we're just gonna send him a letter and ask him? or-
I don't know who even had it on the agenda, so I don't
I've
know.
got his number, I can just call him and just. Take a look.
I mean, he's a pretty handy fellow, he'd probably get it done.
He's got a lot of equipment.
And he does.
All right,
All right.
all right, thank you.
Thank you.
You bet.
We'll move on to number 5, set public hearing for lease agreement for disposal of equipment and for disposal of equipment.
Well, Kelsey's gone, so I don't know what she would want this to say, to go into the paper.
Well, it's kind of a delayed disposal of equipment through the lease. We're disposing of the equipment, but we're just covering our bases by, it's a buyout for them to lease it and then buy it out at the end of fair market value. For the ambulance, the paramedics. 10-year lease, 9 years.
Not yet.
Well, do you know when she's coming back?
What's that?
Do you know when she's coming back?
Next week, I would assume. Just put it on the agenda for next week.
Well, no, but, so I'm thinking, let's see.
Well, she sent,
Pretty safe setting to me.
yeah, she sent out an updated lease, I guess.
Yeah.
She made her changes in. And,
If I do. I put it in paper the 6th. I put it in paper the 15th. That's 26th, we're not meeting that day. I could put it on for January 2nd.
January 2nd.
Yeah. Yep.
What time should we do it
Um,
at? 10 or?
how about 9:30?
I'll make a motion to set the public hearing for the lease agreement and disposal of equipment for January 2nd at 9:30 a.m. for the Ford Police Interceptor vehicle.
I'll second.
Motion Derby and second for Smith to set the public hearing for lease agreement and disposal of equipment for January 2nd at 9:30. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay. Discussion.
Your husband's been in to get a flu shot yet? He's not doing it this year.
You should,
You might have his
Julie?
insurance card.
Julie,
Oh, sorry,
you should mute yourself.
I'm muted.
Didn't sound like it. No, I'm not. Yes, I am.
Yeah. This discussion of possible action resolution for central disposal systems.
What?
What's this one about?
It's just their 10-year plan. They went through the process, and the counties that are in their area have to pass resolutions.
So
I
this
think there's
is
cities that pass the
Also,
resolution.
some information that I got from her for the 10-year plan.
Is this for the,
It's just their regional plan for waste management.
It's therefore
the
resolved
landfill,
by the county of
The landfill,
Winnebago
yeah.
that the proposed comprehensive plan is hereby adopted as the comprehensive solid waste reduction plan of central disposal landfill. Because they have to have a plan in place and submitted.
And they, I think it includes some components of recycling too, and which they still serve portions of the area,
yeah,
good portion of the area.
public participation,
Yeah, we were invited.
are we?
I was.
I don't remember it. As much as I'd like to go trash around with you guys.
I was busy that day, couldn't make it. It's all perfunctory for them to do this every, I suppose, every 10 years. This is the second one I've seen.
Tires. I wonder what it says about tires.
$56 per tire, or $463 per ton.
Ouch. Per tire.
56 per tire.
We don't take them there.
Appliances are $72 per appliance.
Where do you
Then
take
you
your
get,
tires?
don't take them.
There's one of the tire shops I think takes them.
Like,
How much do they charge?
I don't say it's like $5 a tire or something.
I was thinking, there's a disposal when you get tires.
I've heard that and that would be on a per ton basis. I've heard that if you cut them up in force, that they'll take the tires. I've never heard it, at least in Bird, where Waffle Center has to take their stuff, which you haul it to Bird loads it on a truck and hauls it to Lake Mills.
Awesome.
Because I've got a whole bunch of old semi tires, car tires and stuff that I've changed on my own that I need to get rid of.
is this
Oh, I'll
is
look
this
at the tires.
the grit where the recycling goes from Thompson? Is that the name of it? Absolutely.
Recycling from Thompson goes to waste management.
Oh, not grit. The Winnebago County Recycling
Oh,
Unit.
where was his plan?
I thought it was Rich, that's why I was asking.
Could be.
I want to say he was from Lakota, right?
Yeah, he's from Lakota, but I think he coordinates with somebody on it.
Yeah, I'm sure he
Have we
didn't.
been getting any, numbers from that?
Trying to think how far into we are. We're just about 6 months into it. Probably be a good time to,
I think we need to look at that and
after
review
the
it.
6 month period, we should probably get, because it'll be, yeah, the end of this month will be 6 months. Maybe next month he can give us a report before budget time.
Okay.
Yeah, $72 per appliance. I can never understand, well, as long as the freon's out of them and stuff like that, but
But there's a guy-
appliances are almost all metal.
There's a guy that makes them for free.
That's the one over by Joyce.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's certified.
there is no way that I could see on any of those things. I don't know how they got the freon in them. You'd think there would be some place where you could actually get it out of them, but there's not. But,
He probably has it.
you must have something where you can tap in there.
Clamps that you tap it and draw it out. I had dehumidifiers that didn't have any way to charge them. The plumber just tapped it and charged it. It lasted for about 2 months
Yeah.
and leaked out again.
Well, I've had, you can throw them in with your iron in a sense, if they don't have that or the oil in them. But there's no way to, I have a way of evacuating the freon, but I'm gonna have to get myself some kind of a fancy tap set.
Not much to it, really. It's just like a refrigerator tap, or, I suppose about like a water line tap where you just
Yeah, evidently, yeah.
pierce it. I'm not saying that's the right way.
There's a trend analysis on the tons disposed. In 2018, it was 9,000 tons disposed
Of what?
of waste. And in 2023, it was 12,950 tons disposed.
That's what they put into the landfill then?
Yeah, I'm just wondering if it's
You said.
recycling.
Yeah, it's a 25% increase,
From 2018 to 23.
yeah.
Picked up a lot in Minnesota. One of the landfills up there closed.
Oh,
Oh,
that would explain it.
but it says the same geographical area though. Doesn't it?
Imagine that's a contract up there. Where's the other part of it? So, who they covered?
It's too bad they don't have some kind of an incinerator or something where they can capture the soot and stuff like that, because there's a lot of BTUs in there.
Capturing the methane and utilizing it.
Yeah, of that, yeah. But, well, like Ames or they have the incinerator for all their garbage, they incinerate it first, and it's a power plant.
Hmm.
And so then what's left takes up a lot less room in the landfill. I think Mankato's got one too, I think I heard. Give you a good outlook for utility tonnage.
Wasn't it, Kenny Lockham who used to burn waste oil in his shed?
Wow, lots of guys do that.
Isn't it so?
Yeah, there's Larry Gray picks up all my waste off from my shop. He's got a trailer with a tank on it with a pump. And to suck my barrels out.
There's people that do it free, there's other people who pay for it.
Wow.
Well, yeah, no, there's some value to it, but I get the value out of it.
Get rid of it?
No, every now and then I go up, if there's some tool I don't have. Okay, well, anybody see any issues with the resolution for central disposal systems?
No.
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution for central disposal systems, approving their landfills 2024 solid waste comprehensive plan update.
I'll second.
Sure. A motion from Derby and a second from Smith to approve the resolution for central disposal systems. All in favor say aye. Aye. Number 7, consider for approval canceling December 26th meeting. They got their heart set on it.
We'll do it all in a second. Unless something comes up, we do it another day that week or something,
Well,
Yeah, if there's some issue with.
we had that last year.
because we're not even open that day, so.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'll make a motion to approve canceling December 26th meeting.
I'll second it.
And motion from Smith and second from Derby to approve canceling the December 26th meeting. All in favor say aye. Aye. Open forum.
Hello, it's me now. Julie.
I like you better when you're muted.
Sorry.
What a way to start it out.
Yeah. Yes? Julie, you can unmute yourself. Is there something you wanted to say?
Now you did it, Bill.
Well, I guess.
Sure know how to make friends, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I guess, once you pump yourself up, or,
Have they had any reports about COVID? I've heard it's going around again, but it doesn't really be affected that much.
We
What
talked
happened?
about the,
because she laughed and then she,
did she push the button about it again? Julie, are you there?
You know, my wife up at school had 2 teachers, or 4 teachers that were out with it a couple weeks ago. There's all kinds of crap going through RSV and everything.
Cold and snowy. Well, I could call her.
You don't have to. I'll probably see her pretty soon.
No, I mean, just to get her to see what she wants to tell us. It must have been
it sounded like
something.
she was gonna say something.
Oh, here we go. Hey, Julie.
Guys, you obviously could not hear me.
Nope, but I've got you on speaker now, so.
We couldn't, and we
Okay,
couldn't.
well, I don't know what's going on. My phone's acting goofy. But anyway, I just wanted you guys to know, they're coming along with the building and we had to pick the color of the siding. I had Kevin help me out with that since and there was 4 of us and we all picked the same color. And so that was about it. And they've got it's almost enclosed, but yeah, you guys should swing down and see they're really making progress. They got almost the walkway in between, all framed in and everything. So,
Are there any windows in yet, Julie, or not?
Not that I can
not
see.
yet, not yet.
Okay,
So they got the entryway framed in, and then the walkway that's gonna go in between the 2 buildings, they got that framed in.
It's still sand in there for plumbing and infrastructure.
Correct. I think by the timeline they wanted that, trying to see what my timeline is. Timeline for that by December, and shingles on by December 11th.
Did they already shingle?
Nope,
I thought it looked,
not yet.
Just got the paper on it, or the good
Yeah.
paper.
I thought it looked like it was dark on top of it.
It is with that
And the paper.
premium
evidently.
paper,
Yeah,
probably.
evidently. That must be some tough stuff.
It is. The new stuff's good. You can let it sit for a while and it'll be fine.
Julie, have you had a lot of questions or interest?
Yep, people just asked, and I said, we're having an addition to our building and stuff, and they said, oh, good for you, we're so excited for you guys. And that's pretty much, so
Okay.
I have not had any negative, I should say,
So
regarding it.
coordination with the crew's been good then?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I kind of worried about all the rafters piling up there in the way, but it sounds like it went well.
No, they're actually doing really good. Windows and temporary door, it says by December 25th, but I'm wondering if that, I mean, they're just, to me, I think they're plugging along.
Yeah, I think they'd like to get it to the point of being sealed up. You know, because I think it's going to be spray foamed, isn't it, on the outside walls? So they have to go all the wiring in the walls has got to be in first before that happens. So that'll take a little while.
Yeah, but at least it's all inside.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Julie.
Yeah, and then, so I have another question, and I hadn't even asked Carla, I was thinking of it today as I was looking at my budget next year. So, do I want to add like some, like we'll need waiting room chairs and stuff like that? Do you know I need to put that in the budget, I'm assuming, and all that good stuff?
Do we have anything here down in that room?
Come and take a look at it.
Doesn't he have some?
Did you go down to the basement and look at things?
Yeah, I only saw like one desk.
But what about chairs?
I have not, that I did not see any.
Seems like I remember seeing some old office chairs
So
down
I
there.
was just, cause I could look like for prices and stuff to see.
Yeah. Well, you can start accumulating the numbers and then we'll decide, by the time we do our budgeting, then we'll know whether we need to or not. It'd be good to have the numbers.
Right. So, yeah, I didn't know if that was included in that.
No.
I didn't think it was included in that ARPA money, but I just wanted to make sure. But yeah, I was just thinking about that when I'm looking at the budget here and starting to work on that.
Yeah, you'll probably want to include a little of that.
Okay. Alrighty. That's really all, that was really my only question.
Okay.
So, sorry about the phone, but I'll have to get a hold of Brody, I guess, figure out what's going on with my phone.
And here we thought the chair had offended you.
No, I can hear you guys, but I could not talk. I don't have a button that's not on, or, yeah, I don't know what's going on.
You should have just said yes. It was the chair.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's all right, I've offended a lot of people.
Here, I thought she was saying.
No, I didn't offend you. You didn't offend me.
No, I didn't think so, because I heard you laugh right before your sound went off. And before you muted it, thank you for all the entertainment during the meeting.
Well, I hope I didn't say anything too. Yeah, I thought I was muted. It said I was muted, so I don't know.
She was pulling McConnell.
You were good. It's all good. Thanks, Julie.
Good. Good. All right. Thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah, you do.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And we got everything done for open forum?
Yep.
Well, is there anything else? Then we stand adjourned.
All right.